That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight!
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Does a good job of pushing back. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Knockdown and gets him with the anti-air. Barely blocks the jump in. What'll happen here? Time to reassess the situation? Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Triple Jinrai-taku! This is gonna take a chunk! Oh my god, what's gonna happen? That corner is starting to look scary. Gets him with a Euro step. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. What a finish! Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! We're in for something special right here, right now.
Showtime, baby! Try to keep up.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? What are they thinking? With this super up and closes it out with a combo. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round two. Fight.
Air slasher! Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him! You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Good job escaping that dangerous corner situation. Jumps in. Rips the slasher out. Will Wheat drive rush to keep it going. Experiencing burnout. Uses their drive to maximize their damage. Crowns them from above. Manages to block the jump-in attack. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Player two, drive rush. Air slasher. Can we see a drive impact here? Springs forward with the drive rush. Solid anti-air. Flatlines them. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round one. Fight.
We're here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talk? Gets the jump in. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. They get the wall splat, and now the opponent is defenseless. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Taking stock. Neither of them willing to back off here. KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Up into the air off of just cool. Fireball into the drive rush to keep it going. Player one hits him with a stopping body. Lands the back foot. Time to go to work. Goes for the jump in. Knockdown and full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Throw is denied. What a read! That's a big gap. Who's going to drops him hard? Throws a fireball. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Breaks through with the throw. Player one.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Parries the attack and still slugging it out here. Goes for the fireball. Player two has not been shy about using their drive gauge. What are they thinking here? Player two will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Hold your breath. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. Taking stock. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. And that's a KO. Timed that perfectly. That's player two on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Sticks the jump in. Grabs him. Checks with a medium kick. Can't tech the throw. Big gap between the two fighters. So the throw out hits them with a stopping bomb. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. They've got the meter for a drive impact. Shows a medium kick. You've got to be mindful of reach and springs forward with the drive rush. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Reversal. Next the counter. KO. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireball. Goes for the throw. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Good anti-air. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. They're really being worked over in the corner. All right, goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. There's a corner switch. Knockdown. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. The jump in is denied. The corner makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? And down to the wire. Will we see a drive in? KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two. Fight.
Sneaks in above. Flashes him. Jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Player two didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up here. He brushes that off and keeps going. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Knockdown and... Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Both experiencing burnout. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Barely blocked. Just goes for it at this range. The exchange flow. Springs forward with the drive rush. Jinrai kick from it. The low kick hits. Overdrive jackknife sends him down the quick way. Big drive gauge difference here with little life left. Back to what a finish! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in finds the mark. Lots of aggression from both sides. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. KO. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. From up above. Nice cross-up. Shows a medium kick. Jumps in. Drive gauge management here and brushes that off and keeps going. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. They've got the meter from Super Art #1 Raging Spear. Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. Reversal. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins. This can lead to some big damage. Are we going to see a comeback here? Flatline zone. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Gets the jump in. Okay, they trade hits. Lots of aggression from both sides. Takes the chance to hurt him. Sees it coming and blocks it out. The jump in catches him. A little too greedy there. Knockdown. Jinrai kick from Mix-Up. Experiencing burnout. In there. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Oh, burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Going in, player one needs to deal with this burnout. Flash axe! Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Super Arc on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Blocks the impact. Oh, says no, drops him hard. Crowns him from above. Will we see a drive hit? Walls flat into the guard plane. Nothing. Player one anti-air in the clutch. Who's gonna take overhead? Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Player two can't use any drive. Closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Back dashes for space. Breaks the block with a throw. Jumps up, reads the jump in perfectly. Both fighters are raring to go. Player one has the super gauge advantage. Slipping for a hold. Okay, and eats it. Hits the drive. Catches them out. What now? Player two is in a very good spot. Yo, Ross super here. And it is on. And whiffs. They're wide open. They're in range. It is over. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Their drive gauge is empty. Not much life left either. This is a gigantic life lead. How are they going to deal with this? They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Knockdown. Player one is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Experiencing grip KO. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Checking their reactions with a fireball? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out is so vital. Ooh, snap kick sends him spinning. Jumps up, a parry, going in, medium kick. Player two will look to apply pressure here. What'll happen here? Barely blocks the jump in. Player two can't use any drive moves without burning out. They're facing, this is gonna be bad news. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Oh my god, they just choked it up! Quick medium poke! Drops him hard! So, what's next? Willing to risk it for the overdrive! This is a critical moment! There's a burnout! Player two can't use the drive impact doesn't work! Oh, kisses the fireball! Player two is a force to be reckoned with!
Round one.
It's not over yet! Let's believe it's time for that rundown! Throws a fireball. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Utilizes an overdrive arc there to tack on just a little more damage. Dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Knockdown! Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Sticks the combo. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Takes a trip. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Player two chases him down. Taking stock. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Uses the parry. Springs forward with the drop. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Takedown! Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. The throw misses. Fantastic reaction there. Brushes that off and keeps going. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be uses the gauge for super art. Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. A drive impact could end it all here. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Player 2 is not in a good place health-wise, but with the super art in play, it's still not over.